Welcome once again to Eye on the Tigers News. I'm Abby Garrett.
And I'm Andrea Ross. Thanks for joining the news we've been following for you. The bulk collection of America's phone records by the government exceeds what Congress has allowed, a federal appeals court said Thursday as it asked Congress to step in and decide how best to balance national security and privacy interests. A three-judge panel of the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in Manhattan permitted the National Security Agency program to continue temporarily as it exists, but all but pleaded for Congress to better define where the boundaries exist. The appeals judges said the issues raised in the lawsuit by the American Civil Liberties Union illustrated the complexity of balancing privacy interests with the nation's security. A lower court judge in December had thrown out the case, saying the program was a necessary extension to security measures taken after the September 11, 2001 terror attacks. The appeals court, which heard 2 hours of arguments, said the lower court had erred in ruling that the phone records collection program was authorized in the manner it was being carried out.
The U.S. job market shrugged off its winter doldrums last month, easing concerns that the economy is cooling down. Employers added 223,000 non-farm jobs in April, just shy of consensus estimates of 230,000, the U.S. Labor Department reported on Friday. The nation's unemployment rate dipped from 5.5% to 5.4%, its lowest level in nearly 7 years. The pace of job creation last month marks a sharp rebound from the steep fall-off in March, when payrolls rose by a meager 85,000 amid a plunge in U.S. economic output. The job categories that saw the biggest employment gains in April were professional and business services and healthcare and construction, while mining companies continued to pull back on hiring.
Victims from a 51 twister outbreak across Tornado Alley sifted through rubble Thursday while forecasters issued ominous forecasts for the coming days. Tornadoes hit Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, and North Texas on Wednesday. Most were small and chewed up only farmland, but a pair crossed into Oklahoma City and damaged homes and businesses. A few injuries were reported, including about a dozen at an Oklahoma City trailer park, and one woman drowned in an underground storm shelter that flooded. The Storm Prediction Center had warned that severe weather would come to Tornado Alley and said more storms were possible later in the week. As you'll see coming up in a few minutes, some of that energy may make its way to our area later this weekend, sparking some heavy downpours and thunderstorms.
New York State Senator Patty Ritchie, who represents Mexico's district, has joined a growing faction of Republicans calling for Majority Leader Dean Skelos to resign the top post in the New York State Senate. Ritchie told WNYF Fox News she was supporting another senator to take over the Senate, but wouldn't say who. That makes 8 GOP senators out of 32 who are calling for Skelos to step down. Skelos and his son were arrested Monday on federal corruption charges. So far, Skelos has vowed to remain in his leadership position and has denied all charges.
ACT test takers, take note. The number 2 pencil is losing its cachet. Greater numbers of test takers of the college entrance exam will be able to take the test on a computer next year. The ACT was to announce Friday that computer-based testing of the ACT would be available next year in the 18 states and additional districts that require students, typically juniors, to take ACT during the school day. About 1 million students could be affected. But don't throw away those pencils yet. Participating schools provide the computers for testing, and ACT officials say it's too early to predict how many schools will be ready next year to offer the online testing. Even where computer-based testing is available, ACT officials said the traditional paper test will still be an option.
A Western Michigan couple with 12 sons are waiting to find out whether baby number 13 keeps the streak going. Jay and Katerai Schwant's baby is due Saturday, the day before Mother's Day. They're sticking to their tradition of not finding out in advance whether they're having a boy or girl. They said they'd be shocked if the baby is a girl.
You can't beat the weather we've been having the last week or so. Will it continue? Here's Alyssa with the forecast.
The record high temperature for May 8th is 89, and we're going to be very, very close to reaching that. Bright sunshine through a few clouds has led our temperature to quickly move into the 80s early this afternoon. Warm, southerly air continues to dominate the area over the next 3 days. We'll see conditions noticeably turn more humid Friday evening into Saturday. We can expect some early rain showers on Saturday, a better chance of rain and even some thunder boomers on Sunday into Monday. Before we see a new system come in beginning Tuesday, a look into next week, we'll see temperatures retreat into the mid-50s by Wednesday. That's our forecast. Have a great weekend. I'm Melissa Greco.
A great day for Mexico sports yesterday. Patrick Howell has the results.
Mexico softball won its second in a row as it makes a late push to find a playoff spot. After beating Homer on Wednesday 11-3, the Lady Tigers continue to swing the bats as they beat up on Chittenango 13-1. Juniors Kendra Harder and Kennedy Lamb each had home runs, while senior Kalen Hyde had 3 RBI to lead the 13-hit attack. Courtney Clark scattered 4 hits for the complete game victory. The Lady Tigers traveled to Chittenango on Saturday to try and make it 3 in a row. Mexico baseball got back on the winning side of things a day after losing yet another one-run game. The Tigers edged Chittenango 5-2 behind Josh Washer's complete game. Washer scattered 7 hits while striking out 2 and only yielding 1 walk. Senior Caleb Wallace scored 2 of the Tigers' runs. Mexico lacrosse took one more step to qualifying for postseason play when it defeated Cortland 14-12. Senior Tori Towndrow exploded for 6 goals and Cassidy Myers had 4 goals and 6 assists. Senior Rachel Ladd chipped in with 2 goals of her own. The team hosts Lafayette on Friday. An investigator's report into, quote, Deflategate cited a series of texts between 2 New England Patriots employees as key evidence in the conclusion that the Patriots likely deflated footballs in the AFC title game, and that quarterback Tom Brady probably knew about it. The texts were between Jim McNally, the official's locker room assistant, and John Jastrzemski, an equipment assistant for the Patriots. The texts were published in the 243-page report issued Wednesday. The NFL report said while many of the exchanges were an attempt at humor, investigators believe the jokes were based on actual events. Attorneys for the team said that the exchanges referred to a friend, not Brady, but investigators rejected that explanation. Manny Pacquiao underwent surgery on his injured right shoulder Wednesday following his loss to Floyd Mayweather, Jr., in boxing's richest fight ever. Pacquiao is expected to make a full recovery. The surgery came 4 days after Pacquiao fought Mayweather at the MGM Grand Hotel in Las Vegas, dropping an unanimous 12-round decision. Pacquiao asked for a pain-killing shot before his fight for his shoulder, but was denied by Nevada boxing officials because they weren't aware previously of the injury. That's all for sports. I'm Patrick Howell.
But we've still got stuff on the calendar. With the details, here's Spenya.
The calendar shows that there will be a blood drive this Saturday, May 9th, 2015, from 8:30 to 1:30 at the Methodist Church in the Village of Mexico. If you would like to support those in need of blood, please sign up to donate during lunches this week. You must have parental permission if you are 16, but any student that is 17 or older is free to donate. You will receive 5 hours of community service for your donation. Please see Mr. Deckman with any questions. The senior dinner dance tickets are on sale now. The price is $45 per person, which includes admission, viewing of selected animals at the zoo, and a buffet-style dinner. Please see Mr. Deckman or Ms. Sarnowski by Monday, June 8th to purchase tickets. Senior dinner dance guest forms are available in the assistant principal's office. The Friends of Rachel Club is holding our walkathon on Thursday, May 28th from 2:30 to 4:30 on the high school outdoor track. We would like to invite all students, faculty, and staff to participate in this year's walkathon to help raise money for club projects that will benefit the school and community. If you would like to walk with us, please pick up a walkathon pledge sheet from Mrs. Davis in room 106. We will be holding our annual ice cream sundae party for all walkers immediately following the walkathon. The Grand March is a pre-prom celebration that will take place on Saturday, May 16th, beginning at 4:30 p.m. in the Mexico High School Gymnasium. The coronation of this year's junior prom card will take place. Tickets for the Grand March are now on sale. Tickets are $2 pre-sale and $3 at the door. Tickets may be purchased from Mrs. Greco Gaham. The Grand March is open to the public. That's the calendar. I'm Svenja.
And Emma has our history lesson.
On this day in history, in 1541, Spanish explorer Hernando de Soto reached the Mississippi River. In 1794, Antoine Lavoisier, the father of modern chemistry, was executed on the guillotine during France's reign of terror. In 1886, Atlanta pharmacist John Stith Pemberton invented the flavor syrup for Coca-Cola. In 1945, President Harry S. Truman announced in a radio address that World War II had ended in Europe. In 1978, David Berkowitz pleaded guilty in Brooklyn to the Son of Sam killings. And in 1999, the Citadel, South Carolina's formerly all-male military school, graduated its first female cadet. That's our history. I'm Emma.
We're done. We're out of here for the weekend. For the staff of Eye on the Tigers News, I'm Andrea Ross.
And I'm Abby Garrett. Have a great weekend.